back, King of Logic. If you are a very sensitive person, you may not want to watch this video. With that being said, I have nothing but love for plus size women, but I gotta tell the truth because things is getting out of control. This video is not an attack on big women, just an attack on the lies. This is the honest to God truth that too many people refuse to speak. If beautiful, in shape women are struggling with love in relationships, why would an obese woman have it any easier, and the fit women are the most desirable for marriage and procreation, especially when it comes to being with a high value man? Now, what inspired me to make this video was I was looking at a reaction to a clip by Just Pearly Things. As we all know, she's a pretty big YouTuber, and the female who was reacting to the video, she was clearly a plus size woman, and she was triggered, so she made a response video. And in the very first video she did a response to, she actually only showed her facial part. She showed just her facial area, and she had a pretty face. She's not an ugly girl. But I dug a little bit deeper, and this whole body positivity thing is getting out of control. It's a lie. And if you watch this whole video, not only will I tell you why it's a lie from a medical perspective, as many of you have already probably heard, but I'll also tell you from a man's perspective who actually has been out with a plus size girl, who has also been to bed with a plus size girl. I'm gonna give you all the details, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And like I said, this is not an attack. This is just a very, very, very honest, truthful expose from a late 30s black male who done dated slim, thick, BBW, and I'm just gonna keep it real. So here we go.
I mean, name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds. Name
I don't
one.
know what 300 pounds is.
See,
Definitely didn't think that one through, but that's okay. I'm here to let you know that you were never an option. We are not even in the same category. You quite literally could never. So I understand why you're mad, but all that energy you're putting into hating someone like me, you could put that into yourself. Fix some things, you know? So, anyways, sucks to suck.
Now, you see the response to Just Pearly Things. And to be honest with you, on that little video clip she did, she's prettier than Pearly Things. Pearly Things will never walk around and say she just this super fine female. She's an average looking white girl from the Midwest. But Pearly Things is not 300 pounds. And if you weigh 300 pounds and you watching this video, I ain't here to talk about your weight, but look at what I found when I went a little bit deeper with this chick. There's a reason why she only showed her face on that response video. Now, this is the same girl, same face. You see the body. She got a sloppy body. Let's just keep it a buck. I have nothing against plus size women. Like I said, I done dated one, and I done went to bed with one, and I had a good time with the one I laid down with. But you see the part where she just showing her face. She got makeup on, of course, and I don't know if that's weave or not, but she looks good. She is a pretty face. But when she showed herself in that more risque outfit, I guess that's some lingerie or some loungewear or whatever, it looked like she swallowed a bag of potatoes and the potatoes got stuck in her midsection. That's just what it is, bro. So, I mean, I'm saying, like, don't come for people when you ain't got your shape together, man. And yes, she got big tatas. Some dudes is into that. I like thighs and booty. I like breasts too. Big breasts can be fun, but I'm more into the lower body. I like all parts of a female's body. I'm a horn dog, so it doesn't really matter. But that's just part of what I'm talking about. Like, this body positivity stuff is going too far. Ain't no dude with options gonna choose you over the Pearly Things girl, even though the Pearly Things girl ain't really that attractive like that. She's an average looking white girl, but she ain't got no body like yours. So as we all know, the whole body positivity thing is a real movement. Like this girl right here says she looks like Lizzo. I mean, maybe she favors her a little bit, but, and I'm not saying that the women that have gotten obese and starting to show off their bodies on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not saying that Lizzo is responsible. I just put that in my title because Lizzo is a celebrity who is really big on body positivity. And there is a such thing as a BBW with a nice shape. She just need to lose some weight. And then there's just freaking disgusting and just sloppy and just ridiculous. Some of these women are just out of control. Like this right here is ridiculous. This is deadly. Now this black girl right here, she curvy. She got a real big behind. And the big girl that I laid down with years ago, she was built more like this girl. She was tall, about 5'10", had a big butt, and I'm gonna be honest, we did it multiple times because it was good. I enjoyed it. I was 21 years old. I had never been with a big girl before, and I had something to prove because when she first saw me, I'm tall. I'm 6'2" and a half. I might have been like 175 at the time because I was slim, and I'm still in good shape. I work out, but I'm closer to 200 now. But I'm 6'2" and a half, so I'm supposed to be around 200. And let's just say that I made that big girl put some respect on my name. I had her running straight up. But anyway, I want to go over a couple of things in my notes. I've been getting in the habit of putting notes into my videos now because I have a lot to say and I want to make sure I cover every topic. Okay, so like I said in the beginning of this video, body positivity is a lie. It is a ridiculous emotional response to make obese women feel good about themselves and skirt accountability. As big women know, and while we on the big girl that I told y'all about years ago when I was in my early 20s, she actually has lost a lot of weight. She's lost about 80 pounds since back in the day. She actually has a 10-year-old son now. She's older than me by a few years. She's in her 40s now. And like I said, I have nothing bad to say about this woman. She's the first big girl I ever had any type of sexual contact with. And like I said, she kind of had a smirk on her face like she was not, I wasn't going to be able to do nothing with her. And I blew her mind. And she blew mine too because we kept doing it. It was a off and on thing for a little while. But as we all know, being obese puts you at a bigger risk for diabetes, high blood pressure, you at a higher risk for having a heart attack, stroke, and now we got COVID-19. A lot of y'all are aware that many of the people who died from COVID-19 or got put in the hospital because of COVID-19 were obese. I have a cousin, a female cousin, love her to death. She's in her early 50s now. She's married to an Atlanta firefighter. He is like a chief now. He's been working for Atlanta Fire for about 20 plus years. Great guy. I got nothing but love and respect for my cousin's husband. They got 2 kids together. Their kids is grown. They my cousins. I love this dude like a brother. He a good dude. He was on the ventilator last year with COVID. And man, when I tell you I prayed like I never prayed before because I didn't want him to die. Both of them was actually on ventilators. And the reason why they both was on ventilators was because they both need to lose some weight. They were smaller when they were younger, but now they're getting closer to 50. They're in their early 50s now. And COVID is another medical issue that we got to deal with now. They brought that virus out. That's another conversation for another video. But the virus is here. It ain't going nowhere. And people that had pre-existing conditions suffer from COVID even more. So we already knew about the hypertension and the diabetes and the blood pressure and the strokes and all that from being obese. Now you got to deal with COVID. Even pneumonia, you can struggle from pneumonia being obese. I think that a lot of big women are, buying into this whole body positivity thing because, number one, they see celebrities like Lizzo doing it and other women on Instagram and TikTok and whatever. So it kind of gives them a little bit more comfort to do it because they see other people doing it. A lot of people are followers. That's just the way humanity works, especially women. And social media makes it even more comfortable for women to be followers. You see all the accessories that a lot of black women wear: weave, makeup, nails, lashes, the BBL surgeries, the waist trainers. A lot of y'all are doing what y'all see other black women doing. And number two, big girls are getting penis. But as we all know, penis does not equal a proposal. Ding-a-ling does not equal a diamond. You can make us come, but can you make us commit? You see what I'm saying? Just because you having sex does not mean that this man love you. This does not mean he's going to be with you. And I know a lot of big girls may not want to hear this, but some men actually fetishize big women. It's a fetish for a lot of men. And the big girl pornography does not help. There are men out here that lust after you because they want to know what it's like to screw a big girl, or they might just like screwing big girls. Like I said, I had my first experience with a plus size girl when I was 21 years old. She was 25. And like I said, I didn't know what to expect, but it wasn't no one-time thing. But guess what? Sex does not last for 24 hours. After y'all get done having sex, what else is going to happen? Does this man want to take you out? Does he want to bring you around his homies? Does he want to introduce you to his family? If he ain't never took you out, ain't never asked you to go out, ain't never asked you to spend no time with him outside of giving him some booty, then he probably only just want to smash. And a lot of big girls have came on social media claiming that they're tired of being a sex toy. They're tired of being a fetish. A lot of big girls know what it is when it comes to being fetishized. So just because Devontae or Rico or whoever is coming over blowing your back out does not mean that, you know, you popping like that. Yeah, and your vagina might be good. Your mouthpiece might be good. You might be very good in bed. A lot of women, when they young and, you know, ain't slept around with too many men, can be very good in bed. I mean, I think that black men, as a black man, I can honestly say, I think that we have the lowest standards when it comes to who we'll have sex with. Black men, for the most part, don't turn down too much vagina. We got a casual sex problem in the black community. That's another conversation for another video. But we sleep around a lot as young black people. You know, I don't have casual sex anymore because I've grown up and I'm mature now. And I wasn't raised right. If I was raised the proper way, I would have been raised to not do that. But my father, he kind of had this mentality that, you know, sexual intercourse was normal for a man to do whenever he wanted to do it, as long as he put on a condom. Like, my dad looked at casual sex as a sport, as an expression of manhood. But in reality, having sex with a woman does not, you know, determine your value in life. It does not represent your masculinity. It is not a representation of your manhood. But anyway, that's another conversation for another video as well. What happens when a big girl gets with a dude who may want to marry her and have children? If you are obese, you 300, 350, 400 pounds, there is a risk of something called gestational diabetes, where you develop diabetes during pregnancy. When you get older, your metabolism is going to slow down. Like I said, the sex can be good, but what do you have after the sex? If a man has options and he's a good looking guy and he got a good career, he makes very good income, he drives a nice car, has wealthy friends, he comes from a good home, chances are he's going to want to bring home a woman that he's proud to be seen with in public. Like I said, if you know that you are only limited to a man's bedroom or to the backseat of his car or to a hotel room, you know that he's most likely not trying to be seen with you. He doesn't want to introduce you to his friends or his colleagues. No woman should ever weigh anywhere near 300 pounds unless you're like 8 feet tall. Brittany Griner, the basketball player who got locked up in Russia, she's 6'10", and she ain't even 300 pounds. So it don't make no sense for these women to be walking around at 5'2" and 5'3", but you 350 pounds. Some big girls are actually very beautiful and they have very curvaceous shapes and have a lot of potential, but they need to shed some extra weight. Prime example, I actually went on a date with a plus size girl up in North Carolina years ago, and I love this woman. She's a good girl. We never had sex, but we went out. We went to this attraction up in North Carolina where she's from. And long story short, it was a summer day and we was in the North Carolina mountains. So, you know, the mountains are a little bit cooler than where I'm from in Georgia. It was about 85 degrees that day. We were walking around the little attraction we were at. And when I tell you, I wasn't even walking that fast, but I was 20 to 25 steps ahead of her. She was struggling to walk. She was sweating and she was breathing heavy. And that's when I noticed right there. This was my very first time going out with a big girl on a date and spending time with a big girl outside of sex. And that's when I realized right there, this woman is actually unhealthy. She can't even walk at the same pace I'm walking. And, you know, men, we're naturally faster than women, but still, I just found it to be very, very disturbing that this girl could not keep up with me. And I wasn't even walking that fast. And then when we got back to the hotel, she had to go get new clothes. She had to take a shower because she got so sweaty just from walking. And I said, there's no way you can move down and be with me in Georgia because we're hotter. Atlanta is hotter than your little mountain town. And this is a black woman. So I like to travel. I like to do physical activity. I like to go out in the woods, nature trails, hiking. I've gone skydiving before. I go to sports games. I'm a football fan, basketball fan, baseball, all that. You do a lot of walking when you travel and do different activities. And if you can't even walk around inside of a building and it's 85 degrees, sweetheart, you're not going to be able to handle keeping up with me on certain activities. I ain't saying you got to do every activity. I do like skydiving and, you know, going swimming and all that stuff. But the physical fitness of a woman is very, very important. I like to work out at the gym. I want my girl to be able to work out with me. I want to have children. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've kind of broken everything down and gave you a deep, detailed explanation, you can kind of see where I'm going with everything. And last but not least, you look at the type of men that a lot of women want and look at the type of women that they be with over the years and look at how fine their women be and look at how in shape their women be. Now, you look at some of these couples and these families, Russell and Sierra, Ice Cube and his wife, and a lot of these couples been together for a minute and they all in shape. Kelly Rowland and her dude. Even after having children, I think all these couples have children and they still keep themselves up. I know they're celebrities. I know they got money, but man, these women know if they want to keep their man happy. Idris Elba, Chris Paul, the basketball player. These women know that in order for their man to be happy, Savannah and LeBron, Tom Brady and Giselle, the women know they got to keep themselves together. And just to go ahead and start wrapping things up, a lot of times women that are struggling with obesity and food addiction, etc., some of them may not know how to eat healthy, but it's too many videos and information about how to eat healthy. These women know they need to put down the fried chicken and the pizza and the, you know, cookies and pies. This girl right here was only 18 years old. She was almost 19. She was a big star on TikTok. She was a body positivity chick, 18 years old, and committed suicide. A lot of women that's struggling with their weight are not mentally well. Some of these women been molested. Some of these women got low self-esteem. They may have gotten picked on growing up. And oftentimes, if you're not right on the inside, it's going to manifest itself on the outside. Sometimes if you're not right mentally, you're not going to be right physically. So if you're a woman that's struggling with your weight, overeating, I've had plus size women tell me that they were emotional eaters. That's a real thing. Food is their crutch. And it's not the answer that's going to kill you one day if you keep doing it. This last clip I'm about to show you was of a plus size body positivity influencer, 37 years old, dead. And she died because of health complications and because of her weight. Some of y'all may have heard the story already, but that's the perfect way to end this video, because that's where this body positivity will end up if you keep it up and don't do nothing about all that extra weight. Now, there's a difference between being overweight and obese. Overweight, 15, 20, 25, 30 pounds, and you will be fine. But when you 100, 150, and 200 pounds, can barely walk, can barely breathe, all that fat around your weight, all that fat around your heart, all that cholesterol in your arteries, and just killing you. It's killing you. Slowly killing you. So Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all watching the video. I know it was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I just had to get on here and talk about the whole body positivity movement and how it's not physically healthy for you. It is not emotionally healthy for you. It is not mentally healthy for you. And I know most women want to be with a man one day. I know most women want to get married and have some babies. That's what you're designed to do. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting a man. That's part of life. I want a woman, and I'm a man, and I can admit that. So why wouldn't a woman want to admit it? You designed to birth babies. What you think your breasts for? What you think your ovaries for? What you think you bleed for every month? Y'all already know this. So, competition is real. Why not put yourself in the best possible position to win? Why not get yourself in the position to get the man that you want to be with? And one of the best ways you can do that is by putting your best self forward. And your best self is not 5'5", 355 pounds. It's just not. I don't care what they tell you in this body positivity movement. This woman died because she was too big. Too big. So, anyway, appreciate y'all watching. I done said enough. Catch y'all on the next one.
Beauty Couture has died. She was 37 years old.
All eyes are on me. There's cameras all over me.
Jamie's team confirmed her death, releasing a statement to ET on Monday. Quote, "On behalf of the Baby Doll Beauty Couture team, we regretfully announce with great pain the passing of the founder and owner of Baby Doll Beauty Couture, the legendary Jamie Lopez." Her team added that further details will be announced soon, and asked that fans give time and space to Jamie's family and friends to grieve in peace. According to TMZ, Jamie died of heart complications on Sunday after being admitted to a hospital in Las Vegas.
I've literally been designing this salon for 2 years.